Good morning, folks. Well, our last Pick a Brick video, we had an overwhelmingly positive response to how we'd done it. Yes, there were some comments on how we could have done things better, a bit more explanation, some more stuff on the screen with additional information. But we were in on Saturday, and they'd refreshed the wall. And one of the things that's always bugged us is it worth buying plates from the Pick a Brick wall? So, when we seen that they had green, light bluish grey and white plates on the wall, we figured, let's fill some boxes and see how we get on. So as before, let's see what we start with. White 6x8 plates, and because it wasn't a holiday weekend, we took some time to optimise it. So we'll get these tipped out, counted. Oh, just a note, because these are all new parts, we don't actually press them together. You could probably get another 30% into this if you were willing to place them all together. But because some of this stuff it might end up in the shop, we don't put them together, they just sit against each other. So that might be an optimization if you are buying these for a personal collection. But we know some of this stuff's going to end up in the store. So yeah, we'll get this stuff tipped out, get it counted, and we'll come back and have a look and see how the numbers went. So the first box was nice and easy. 55 white plates and 6x8. Buying these on bricklink is roughly 50 pence each. So that's about £28 worth of parts. And we picked up some of these 2x2s and dark bluish grey. Maybe a pound's worth of parts. But for £16.99 we've saved £10 on plates. And white plates this size never go amiss. We are fortunate that we bought a winter village recently, so we have lots of these, but we'll move these out of the way and we'll move on to the next box and see what else are we getting. So this is what caught our attention. 4x4 in green, 4x4 in light bluish grey, and I think we emptied their masonry bricks. These never go amiss. You can never get enough of these, so yeah. Let's get this box sorted and see how we done with parts. Just to interrupt while I was counting that, this is how we stacked the second layer, just to make sure it was as optimal as possible. We didn't get the chance to take this kind of time last visit, so we wanted to make sure this was a proper reflection of what you can get out of a Pick a Brick wall if you take the time to stack. As I said, these aren't actually pressed together, just in case any of this stuff ends up on the store. Lots of this will go to personal mills plates, but we just wanted to compare, see, are plates worth buying in the Pick a Brick wall? So we'll get the rest of this counted and we'll see how we got on with this box. So we managed to get those counted. We had 141 of the green. We only got 5 of the light bluish grey. I think that might have been an empty tub and we just scraped what was left. And we picked up 99 of the masonry bricks. Now we have these scattered about some of the other boxes just because these were good filler and they never go to waste. But 99 masonry box, it's £7. The plates, there's about £13 worth. So that and the masonry blocks takes us to roughly £20. £16.99 a box. Was it value for money? Yes. Was it great value for money? Not overly, but it was a really good opportunity to get 141 green plates. The light bluish grey ones, they're just a bonus. If we're in next time, that would be one of the focuses. They're only slightly more expensive, they are only slightly better value for money, but this many green 4 mils plates, ideal. So we'll get these out the way. And we'll have a look at what else we managed to find. Now we didn't pick up many additional plates, but we did find some interesting parts. So they had these rock faces in dark bluish grey. And they're used for lampposts. They're mini figureheads in trans yellow. Now, the thing that's often confusing with this is, if you buy them new, on bricklink. They're 12 to 20 pence. If you buy them used, they're between 55 and 60 pence. But I think that's because they're on the pick-a-brick wall. There is such a glut of new lampposts or trans clear yellow minifigure heads. But we'll get these broken down, get them counted, and see how we're done with this box. Okay, I hadn't quite anticipated how many of these street lights we had, or the minifigure heads in trans clear yellow. 277, which, if you look at it on paper, is 50 quid's worth of parts. But when you actually look into the supply on sites like Bricklink, most of the UK supply, they're not selling them for 18 pence average, they're selling them for 3 to 5 pence average. So that would bring that down to about £15. As for these rocks, these are 33 pence each. We managed to get 25 of them. That's £8.50. So, if these were realistically going to sell for 18 pence, which they're not, that would be a phenomenal box. But getting 25 of the rock faces for the backlight of our city, that's invaluable. Was it value for money? If we'd only bought these, nowhere near. Because we filled the gaps in behind in this space here with these, then they became value for money. So it looks like, be very cautious unless you need the parts. Smaller is better. But we'll have a look at the last box and see if we have anything to redeem us. So this was another one of Brick Mum's, so I'm not 100% sure what she managed to pick up. More white plates. Ah, so that's where all the light bluish grey went. Slopes in dark red. They're really nice. And 2x2 dark bluish grey. And some more masonry bricks. Those are for us. So we'll get those separated, counted out, and we'll see how this box does. Does this redeem the haul? And that's the last box, sorted and counted. So we ended up with 83 of these plates. 57 of the dark red slopes. We did find this little surprise in the bottom because we needed more. We didn't need a lot more, but we got some. It's the trans clear headlight brick. So they were a good little find. Now, there's only 26 of those, so they don't add a great deal of value, but that was parts we needed. A couple more of the 2x2s in dark grey. Another 113 of the masonry blocks. 2 more of the rock faces, and 1 more of the 6x8 white plates. Value wise, as I said, 30 pence. These are about 50 pence each. These plates, 10, 11 pence depending on the quantity you buy. Slopes, maybe 4 pence each, so there's only £2–3 worth of parts there. The masonry blocks, as I said last time, 100's about £7, so that's maybe £7.50, £8 at a push. 50 pence worth of dark grey, and then £1.50 worth of the headlights. But what we'll do is we'll set up, have an overview of what we managed to pick up in 4 boxes. Was it value for money? And considering how we done last time, was it worth buying plates this way? And what other little star finds did we get? So let me set that up. We'll get a quick overview of what we managed to pick up, and we'll see how we turned out at the end. So this was the final haul. Now we get to answer those questions. Was it worth buying plates from the pick-a-brick wall? Well, yes, we managed to get them in good quantities that would be difficult to source otherwise outside of maybe Bricklink. But had we not bought valuable or useful parts, then I don't know that we would use the pick-a-brick wall to source plates in this kind of quantity. The overall total of what the parts come out, we paid £67.99. The value is only £107. Nowhere near what the value of the last boxes were, and we bought 4 boxes this time. But as I said, we managed to pick up parts we need. Was it a good way to source them? Possibly. But do we really need 277 of these? Unlikely. So those will probably end up in the store, and they'll have to be heavily discounted just based on the supply. So I don't even know that we break even on this haul. Was it a good experiment? Absolutely. Did we spend too much money on other sets while we were doing this? Absolutely. But should we do this to source plates? No. Unless we're specifically going for these and we know they're in, just to build mouse plates. These certainly weren't value for money. £9.60, and that was almost an entire box and some of another box. So that's less than half the value of the other parts you could have got into that box. So no, you shouldn't buy plates from the pick-a-brick wall. We certainly wouldn't recommend it. Focus on things you need, the more unique parts, and things that you need quantity of that would be difficult to source elsewhere. For plates, go on Bricklink, buy them in the quantities you actually need. But hopefully that was helpful to some people. These new tubs and some of the other storage solutions we've got will be coming up in a video just shortly. As with the haul, stuff we picked up at the Lego store where we were there. We avoided Star Wars because I'm trying to sell it all off. So it's mostly Ninjago, Minecraft stuff. Brick Mum picked up the Tranquil Garden. Couple of sets like that. So that'll be coming up in a future video. And I just want to thank you guys for the support in the last one. Hopefully this is the kind of information you guys need. If you've got any questions, feel free, put a comment below. Let me know, what do you want me to look for while I'm there? We're going to be buying lots of these parts anyway. So if we can answer some of your guys' questions while we're there, we don't mind picking this stuff up. Thanks very much for your time, guys. See you guys in the next video. Cheers.